Welcome to Beyond the Nebula, where humanity doesn't just survive, we rewrite the stars. These original HFY stories explore what happens when humans show the galaxy what we're truly made of. The first mistake was assuming Earth was still civilized. Ambassador Velari of the Velari Compact arrived on what remained of Earth with an entourage of 5 advisors, a security drone squad, and a hydration tent rated for Category F solar flares. They landed in what their star maps called Arkansas. According to Velari surveys, it was a recovering agrozone, ideal for resource talks. The satellite data showed regrowth, mild geothermal activity, sparse human life signs, textbook reclamation target. The ground cracked beneath their boots. The wind carried dust and something sharp. Not sand, glass shards calcified by past bombings and pressure changes. The air tasted scorched. Velari raised one of his twin ocular ridges. "We've seen worse," he said. "Deploy the perimeter ward." The drone squadron obeyed, spreading out in a protective arc, sensors humming. The Velari aides began calibrating translation beacons, expecting communication from the Terran Council. "Where are the humans?" asked Alith, his second analyst. "This region is listed as a provisional diplomatic zone." No answer. No welcoming committee. No active comms. Only the horizon and one human. He emerged from a collapsed solar barn wearing a sun-bleached hat and mirrored sunglasses, shirtless, weathered, scarred, dragging what looked like the carcass of a 6-legged creature behind him. The Velari aide stepped back. One drone emitted a soft whir of threat activation. The creature's body trailed a neon-yellow blood smear. The human looked up, spat. "Guess you're the Council?" "Ambassador Velari of the Velari Compact," Velari said, bristling. "We are here to discuss trade access and mineral rights." The human scratched his beard. "Name's Garrett." He adjusted the rope looped around the dead beast's hind legs. "You boys thirsty? You are the official representative for this region?" Alith asked. Garrett squinted at the sun, then at them. "Closest thing to it. Rest are further east or underground." "Underground? You'll see." 10 minutes later, the diplomatic tent never left the shuttle. Instead, Velari sat on a metal drum inside Garrett's corrugated shack, wiping sweat from his carapace while watching a lizard roast on an open coil stove. It smelled vaguely of garlic and battery acid. "This world is hostile," Velari said. "Radiation levels exceed your species' safety limits." Garrett shrugged. "That's why I'm still here." "You mean others left?" He nodded. "Suits and satellites went off-world when the Council stripped our sovereignty, said Earth was uninhabitable. Left folks like me to rot." Velari frowned. "The record said Earth petitioned for voluntary evacuation." Garrett chuckled. "Is that what they're calling martial extraction these days?" Velari shifted uncomfortably. "We believed this planet would require reclamation. We didn't realize anyone remained." "Yeah," Garrett said. "You all made that mistake." Later that night, Velari's shuttle was struck by ion-static lightning. He and his aides huddled in Garrett's root cellar, an old war bunker laced with Terran steel and Earth-based insulation, impervious to orbital scans. A single flickering bulb swung from a cracked ceiling pipe. One of Velari's drones shorted out. Sparks flew. Garrett didn't flinch. Instead, he poured everyone a cup of thick, bitter tea from a dented thermos. The Velari declined. He drank it anyway. "You're immune to the soil biotoxins?" Velari asked, stunned. "Wasn't always," Garrett said. "Takes a few years. You learn to let the dirt teach you." "What about air pathogens?" Garrett laughed. "Ain't been sick in 2 decades. Our immune system stopped asking for permission." The next day, Velari demanded negotiations begin. Garrett took him on a walk. Not in a hover transport, not with biofilters, on foot, through salt winds. Past molten rock veins, into a canyon where bones of alien creatures littered the path. Dozens, maybe hundreds. "These weren't native," Garrett explained. "Visitors thought they could out-survive the terrain. Didn't listen." Velari examined one up close. Rib cage shattered from the inside, acid scoring across the skull. "They imploded?" Garrett nodded. "Atmospheric density spike. You breathe too fast, your blood boils." "Why bring me here?" "To show you what's left of arrogance." They passed a skeleton fused to metal armor, Velari design. Velari's translator choked on static. Garrett stopped and looked back. "Trade? Sure, but not on your terms." That evening, back at the shack, Garrett laid out his offer. "You get 30% access to mineral veins. No Velari operations within 100 kilometers of a human settlement. Trade routes go through my checkpoints. No drones. Vaxari sputtered. This is absurd. We can take what we need by force. Garrett poured another drink. You could try, he said, but Earth's changed, and so have we. You're one man. You think I'm the only one left? He handed Vaxari a rusted transceiver. A pulse signal was sent. Within seconds, hundreds of Terran pings lit up across the continent, some in static zones, others in geo-hardened bunkers, several from orbital shadows. They weren't abandoned, they were hidden. Earth wasn't dead, it was awake and watching. Vaxari returned to the shuttle with quiet urgency. The Velari uploaded all telemetry and data back to the compact core. A week later, Vaxari stood before the Galactic Trade Assembly. I thought I understood deathworlds. I was wrong. He showed footage, Garrett dragging beasts through acid mud, a child fixing a radiation filter with bare hands, elderly humans drinking toxin-filtered water from roots. No alien species has adapted like this, not even the Kragan of Sepsis 3. The assembly buzzed. They didn't terraform, they feral formed, they bent themselves to the planet, not the other way around. A Krenari diplomat leaned forward. So, we make a better offer? Vaxari shook his head. No, we accept theirs. In a secured briefing after the session, a compact intelligence officer asked Vaxari, how did he block our scanners? He didn't, Vaxari said. They let us see exactly what they wanted. Garrett stood under the stars, watching the Velari ships rise into orbit. He lit a cigarette. Behind him, a child emerged from the shadows. Did it work? She asked. Garrett nodded. They won't try again. Not the way they did before. Will they come back? Maybe said, but next time they'll ask first. Why? He flicked ash into the dirt. Because deathworlds don't need permission to survive. He walked back toward the settlement, toward faint lights hidden beneath root systems and collapsed churches. Behind him, the wind kicked up a whisper, a hum through buried wires, a signal carried not by technology but by resilience. Earth was no longer trying to return to what it was. It had become something else. And now the galaxy had noticed. If you enjoyed this story, leave a like and comment. It helps us reach more sci-fi fans like you. And if you love tales where humans shake the galaxy, subscribe to Beyond the Nebula for weekly uploads. Original story by Beyond the Nebula, AI-assisted, human-created. Narrated by Beyond the Nebula. New episodes every week.